First thing you want to do is create a mould. So I've got some Play-Doh and I've just taken the ends of various size brushes, so larger brushes, smaller brushes, and then I'm just going to take some latex, pour it in, and then leave it to dry, and that's all you have to do. If you don't have Play-Doh, then you can use clay, modelling clay. You can even use blue tack if that's the only thing you have to hand. Next, take a blush which is slightly darker than your natural skin tone, and with a foundation brush or a blush brush, you want to start working it into the hollows of the cheek and also the hollows of the eye. You want to really work it in there and really blend it out. And then squinting, you want to work it just underneath the eye to create the false illusion of bags, or if you've already got bags, then highlight them even more. You want to make your eyes look really hollow and tired. Mixing between two darker and lighter shades, I'm going to start working it into the cheekbones, so right underneath the cheekbones. You can use a smaller brush if you want, but you want to create this circle shape that I'm creating just underneath the cheekbones to give your face a gaunt look. The easiest way to do this step is to look into a mirror and then naturally shade around anything which protrudes or anything which has a muscle or a bone. You want to really exaggerate anything which you naturally have to make yourself look like you've lost a lot of weight and you're quite gaunt and skinny. Work it underneath and above the collarbone, and you can even go ahead and create false ribs if you want to. The lips, either take a nude lipstick or take any kind of lipstick which is very close to your natural skin tone to blank out any colour in the lips. And then with a nail art brush, I'm going to take the same blushes that I've used previously and use it to draw in fake wrinkles. Now, I know that these lines are quite harsh, but it's okay. Once you've drawn it, you're going to take your fingers and rub it over just to make it more simple, faded and not so harsh, because if it's that harsh, it just doesn't look real. So you want to draw the line and then taking your fingers or a brush, blend it out. With the prosthetics I made earlier, now you have to make sure that they're completely dry. You want to take some eyelash glue or even some latex to stick them down, and you want to stick them so that the larger ones are surrounded by the smaller sized blobs. And then something else you can do if you don't want to use the prosthetics is to take the eyelash glue and then draw shapes to make it look as if they've exploded or if they're kind of pussy open cysts, but you can skip that step if you don't want to. Applying the tooth enamel is quite easy. You just have to make sure that your teeth are dry, otherwise they're not really going to be able to stick to your teeth. And so you have to make a bit of a silly face. But then you want to take a brush. Don't go straight from the bottle because it's a little bit unhygienic and you just tend to mess up a lot more and you can't be as neat as if you use a brush. So you want to start off with a brown and keep it to the gaps between the teeth and just the ends of the teeth. Then move on to the green and just very roughly place it on certain areas of the teeth, not all over. And then take the black to stick to the ends and just in between the teeth. And you also want to do it on the lower teeth. With a red or pinky blush, you want to take any kind of brush and really roughly go over this entire area. And the reason we're going to do this is we want it to look inflamed and swollen. And once I'm going to do this, I'm going to take a red grease paint and I'm going to take a really old makeup brush which is really destroyed. For these kind of things, it's better to take a really old brush that you really hate, which is broken and a little bit messy, because it gives that perfect sore messy look. These kind of things aren't neat, so if you have a brush which is really damaged, the effect it gives is just beautiful. With a little bit of the yellowy white grease paint, I'm going to take this and just dab this onto the larger blobs and blend it out to make it look as if it's pussy. And then you just want to finish off with any last touches you want. If you want to make certain areas appear more red, or if you want to add a little bit of blue or green to make it look like it's rotting, you want to go ahead and do that. But other than that, you're done.